Confusion and testing shortages are wreaking havoc as students get ready to head back to class tomorrow. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Kirsten Holmes. Steve Price has the night off. A lot of students in the San Diego Unified School District were told to take at-home COVID tests before coming back to school on Monday. But students in other districts in our area did not get their kits, and now parents are scrambling to find ways to get their kids tested with just hours to go. News 8's Cajon has the latest.
The San Diego Unified School District gave out testing kits before winter break. They say students should have taken the first test on New Year's Eve. But other local districts have been left out in the dust, leaving many parents with questions.
Wanting to come back, but also wanting everybody to be safe is our priority. So lots of mixed emotions.
Kristen Arrington is a Claremont teacher waiting in this long line at the San Diego Unified School District COVID testing site to make sure she tests negative before school starts back up tomorrow.
And that's the biggest thing on a lot of our minds right now, is just wanting our kids, wanting the teachers to be safe.
The San Diego Unified School District told parents to have their kids take these rapid tests Monday before school. However, this wasn't the case for the Poway Unified School District. Parents and students received this email saying, unfortunately, the free COVID tests that were promised from the state did not arrive.
If we got ours, then they should have gotten theirs too. But I know everything with shipping is crazy right now. So, you know, it's an unfortunate side effect of everything that's going on right now.
San Diego Unified tweeted free kits and rapid tests are available today, which stirred up a lot of commotion on Twitter. This person tweeted, "Why wait until now to ask us to do this? Some proper planning would be much appreciated. That is literally what we pay you to do." Another person tweeted, "Still better than what Carlsbad Unified is doing. No tests sent or available. This feels like a third world style organization. The logical thing to do would be to require students to get tested before school and delay opening until tests are available." Officials with PUSD say if a student has symptoms of COVID-19 or has been in contact with anyone with COVID-19 to stay home. If a student tests positive for COVID-19, PUSD says to follow CDC's new guidelines of quarantining for 5 days. Poway Unified tweeted, all Poway Unified campuses will resume in person Monday. Poway Unified also says they look forward to welcoming students back with upgraded air filtration, face masks indoors, and required vaccination or weekly testing of all employees.
It's a lot of up in the air, a lot of just wanting to be back, but also wanting to be safe.
Carlsbad Unified School District says school will resume tomorrow. They will have daily COVID-19 testing locations on 4 campuses. For other local school districts, they say it's best to stay updated on their website. Cajon, CBS 8.
And this just into the newsroom. Dozens of San Diego first responders are in isolation because of COVID-19. We're told there are 113 firefighters, 15 lifeguards, and 6 civilian employees in isolation today. As a result, 5 engines, 1 squad, and the bomb team were out of service today. We'll have more on the brownout staffing shortage later today at 6:30. And deputies are looking for whoever is behind a string of robberies in the South Bay. It started early this morning at a 7-Eleven in Bonita. According to the sheriff's department, the suspect robbed the cashier at gunpoint, then took off in what's believed to be a black Ford Explorer. He then went on to rob 2 more 7-Elevens in Chula Vista. The weapon used by the suspect was described as a black handgun with a laser-style attachment on it. Fortunately, no one was hurt. And investigators are looking into a potential hate crime that hurt an 81-year-old Laotian man. The attack happened in Lincoln Park on the morning of Friday, December 17th on South 47th Street and Franklin Avenue. This is right near Porter North Elementary. The victim was severely attacked by a man in his 40s, about 6 feet tall, average build, with brown hair. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers. Well, you know, it warmed up today, but it was kind of cold this morning in San Diego. How chilly will it get tonight, Sean? We have to bring in Sean to get answers to all of our weather questions. Hey, Sean.
Good evening, Kirsten. Yes, it was chilly, and that is because of this, the clear skies out there. No cloud cover to keep what heat that was developed yesterday in, and it just basically evaporated out. Combine that with an offshore flow as high pressure built in the area, and we saw some very chilly conditions Let's take a look at December, though. How about this? You mentioned it was chilly. Well, the whole month of December was slightly below average, about 3.4 degrees below, but our overnight lows were actually 2.7 degrees above. And of course, the rainfall totals were above, 1.38 inches above where we should be. We'll take all the rain we can get because the deficit, you can't even begin to count how far we're in the hole. Here's a look at the current temperatures out there right now. They will continue to stay chilly as we move into the overnight hours. We'll talk about the frost and freeze advisory coming up here in San Diego in just a bit.
Thank you for that, Sean. Well, it's been almost a week since 4 people lost their lives in a plane crash in unincorporated El Cajon. The 2 pilots and 2 nurses on board worked for a local medical air transport company, and they were returning home after dropping off a patient in Orange County. Right now, there is a vigil being held to remember them at last Monday's crash site. Our Regina Ahn is there, and she joins us live with the latest. I know a lot of hearts are broken in that community, Regina.
That's right, Kirsten, and I can tell you here, lots of hugs and tears tonight. Dozens of people dropping off candles and flowers, and they actually just began to light their candles in their hands. I'll take a step out so you can see here at Pepper Drive. This happened over a week ago. A Learjet crash that killed 4 flight members on board, and as you can imagine, a very difficult time for family and friends. And the 4 victims were identified as Julian Bugage, Lori Gentz, Douglas Grande, and Tina Ward. All 4 worked for an air ambulance company. Friends and family described them as compassionate, professional, loving their job, and were very good at it, adding that they were the best of the best. Chris Heisler is with the U.S. Honor Flag, and he's here today. He says the 4 will be honored, and the honor flag is here tonight. It flew on Ground Zero for fallen first responders all across the country, actually. They're here to honor them as first responders.
I'm working with the families on final arrangements for their fallen loved ones. Starting tomorrow morning, working into the next several days of this next coming week. But each family member and each hero will get the same reverent honor as a head of state because they are heroes.
And you're looking at the location of where the plane crash happened now just a week ago. You can see just right across from the vigil. Now, this is just the latest outpouring of compassion and love that people are showing here. Friends, family, and even strangers have been stopping by the site throughout the week, adding to a memorial here. As for the crash, the investigation continues to be ongoing, and I can tell you a lot of paramedics out here as well, remembering Tina Ward, who was with them 20 years ago, and they're here to show their respect. Officials say it could now be months before a final report is released. Live here in El Cajon tonight, I'm Regina Ahn. Kirsten, I'll throw it back to you.
Thank you for that, Regina. Now we got to tell you about this. Several people are recovering after being trapped inside of a burning house. This happened in Rolando near College and University. Firefighters found a lot of fire and smoke coming out of the kitchen. And listen to this. They say the people inside started reaching through the security bars of a window for help.
Crews went to work very quickly. They were able to remove the bars from the windows and were able to rescue several people through the windows, as well as rescue several others around the back of the house.
6 people were taken to UCSD's burn center. At least one of the victims has life-threatening injuries. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. And one of our favorite things about the new year is new babies. Say hello now to Adeline Grace Mack. Here she is with her family. She was born just 40 minutes into the new year at Sharp Mary Birch Hospital for Women and Newborns. Adeline weighed in at 8 pounds and 2 ounces. There's a closer look at her. She's the first child for her parents, Andrew Mack and Barbie Beza of National City. And this was kind of a surprise. Adeline wasn't due until January 3rd. She said she just couldn't wait to get here.